Hey guys, you're back. I've been working all morning on this. So, I've got my fuses up the top here. I'm going to pop in another box underneath and I'm just going double. Yeah, I know I'm going double. Double fuses and then circuit breakers. Why? Because I can. And because I think it's smarter to have a double system than a single system to keep you safe. Now, I should have used make sure you get level. I looked at the top one first, so I just have to push that one. Old school. Maybe I should have got some old first. Never mind. Oh, make sure you got glasses on when you do that. The catch for the win. So I've screwed these up the top in with their plastic. I'm going to Celastic them in to hold them, and I'm just going to do this last screw. They don't seem to go all the way through, which is these ones are. What was that noise? These ones are zinc plated and they're 10 gauge 25mm. I've Celasticed it in on both of them and put a bit of Celastic up the top to hold it in position. And down here I've decided I took the connector out. Might be a good idea to take it out before. I didn't take it out before, so I had to try and stuff around with a screwdriver to get it out, and it was pretty tight. So once you've got that in, and if that fits, you need to use a little bit of super glue there to hold that in position, especially if they're outdoors. You definitely have to do it. So that's that. So I will start prepping these to put these wires into, coming off the roof. Now I haven't hooked all the wires up yet, up the top, so there's not much power, or actually no power, coming down through these lines at the moment. And I need to fix up the earthing system strapping across to this board here, because that's going to be my new board, and this is going to control everything. All the relays in here are going to go into this eventually to remove this out of here, or I might take just the two that I need, the power and that, and pop them into there, extend them and run them into there for external use if I want to run external use. I doubt if I'm going to run external use. I think everything in the shed's going to be run via the shed and nothing, and I'll disconnect the wiring here underneath, which has been done a long time ago, to stop it. See, if you look down, I don't think I can get it. I'll try and get it that way. You can see that I just used some to protect the PVC. I used a bit of old fencing, which came in quite handy thanks to my father-in-law, who really knows what he's doing in that type of direction. Now I just have to screw these in, and yeah. Quick understanding of these. They come out of the nodules at the side, so you can move them up and down. Oh, sorry. They come out of the nodules on the side here. It was in number 2, I think it was, which I like. And you can move them around. You can take the end off and just slide on your dim rail stuff, which I've got to grab now. Trying to find another couple of 16s to do it. So What I'm pulling off the roof at the moment is around about 2 strings of, I think they're about 8 amps max. Yeah, 8 amps max coming off the roof. So we won't talk about the voltage because that's not what we're going to talk about here. Yes. So what I'm thinking of using are these. Picked them off AliExpress. Yeah, so picked these up on AliExpress. They're called Tom Zien. So they don't put clips on them like this. So it was a pain in the ass to put them in up the top there. Really pain in the ass. We know we're going to be putting them in this way because there's 2 nodules there. And they'll go in like so, position, like number 2 position on this one. I suck at some of these things. Now the first thing I'm going to tell you, up here, don't cut them straight back all the way back. If you can, push them a little bit into the wall, and then leave a fair bit of room so that you can actually hide them in there and pop them into the connector. That way, if you need to change something, you've got spare wire in there to be able to do that. Otherwise, you're leaving yourself spare to not be able to get enough wire in. So yeah, cut it about there somewhere. First thing you got to do before I cut it, one's pos and the other one is my negative. So 2 of these wires come in. That's a positive, that's a negative. So I've got to find the negative on the other side and match them up. And once I've done that, I'm going to get something like a marker and mark them so that I've got it the right way around and be able to not stuff up. That'll give me if it's my top rail or my bottom rail of 2.5 kilowatts. So we're going to have to do that. So that's going to be my first job. Hey guys, after looking up on the roof, I've got a positive at the bottom and a negative on the other side of the bottom rail, on the bottom solar panels, and a negative on the other end and a positive. So here goes nothing. I'm just going to strip the wires using a pair of side cutters. Could probably use the back end of them, but I don't use that. I usually do this. I don't know whether I need to double them over. If you know if you need to double them over, please leave me a hint. And then I'll just screw that up. That's it. Just take it off without losing any wire. After years doing that, it's so easy to do. And get in there, it's quite easy. That's awesome. Get that right in there. Yeah. Damn good. What I'm working with, so that's my positive. So if I try and keep the positives together and keep the negatives away, which aren't going to electrically, they're not going to affect each other. And so down the bottom, I'm thinking of using a large connector to run to the power, but I'm not sure yet. I want it to be disconnectable so I can remove the batteries if I need to in future. Now, I might want to replace them or change them over or work on them away from the system. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to conventionally go to the other wire, and 2 of them I've got marked with highlighted white, so they'll be underneath, and the other 2 are marked at all, so they're going to be my other wires. Oh no, no way! So not a really good printout, but it's just going to say top positive center. So, and put it on the left hand side, and I'm hoping I'm going to put a little arrow. Hopefully I'll remember that. But in 10 years time, who would know? So maybe I need to mark something inside here. Like a positive and then a negative, maybe. So. Okay, once you've twisted these, use the center of your pliers because that's your sharpest bit. The bottom half is handy for taking the plastic off. So the center is where you want to be to take off. If you put it up the end, you're going to stuff around with your wires and they're going to cause you a lot of grief. So let's have a look at this. So I've put the white on the bottom rail. The bottom on this case is this side, so they're going to flip around. This is going to go into here like this. I'm not too happy about the fuse system up the top. I'm going to change that to something else. Not yet, but I will. Should be pretty soon. And don't use one. You can get filtered in these as well. I do have them, we're going to work with. So flat tip's just as good. Flat tip's pretty much universal electrical. So I'll put a 10 amp circuit breaker in at the moment. So the 10 amp circuit breaker, you only need to get about 9 amps out of this thing. If I get any more than that, then I must be doing something really, really good, because I don't think I would actually get any more than that in it. So make sure they're nice and tight. Final thing you want to do is you want to check. You can't pull them out. If you can pull them out, get a real good heat and not move them, then and if they pull out, well, you haven't tight enough. Make sure they're tight. Probably going to cut the wire a bit, but what you do about it at this stage of the game. So that one's in there. I'm going to throw the other one in at the same time because it's going to work better. Get both of them in there nice and neat. So there are my white wires. Now at the bottom I'm going to use white wires again so that I know what the front and back panel, if I want to change for separate battery compartments, which I might want to do because I've got acid and lithium ion. If you think that I'm stupid if I do both, tell me. One's 280 amp hour in a 4P 4S 4P configuration, the lead acid, and the other one's just a single 16S configuration. So now we just need to run wires down through here, seal this up somehow, probably run some conduit and glue it in so it won't come out, and run it over to the monster.